Hello everybody, my name is Shortline614 and welcome back to another episode 6 of Shortline Space Program. In this episode, we are going to go fetch some tugs. So if you remember in the last pretty mediocre episode where we deployed the beginnings of our mediocre relay network with the shitty audio because I fucked up the audio narration, didn't want to re-record it for the 8th time. So I just said screw it and released it anyway. We successfully deployed 2 relay satellites, one between Kerbal and the Mun, and the other between the Mun and Minmus. However, we did use tugs. We did use some Chesapeake Upper Stage Tugs to actually go and deliver them to their destination. However, they are still they've run out of fuel and they are in each their own individual orbits. So, as you can see, me warping around like a madman because we are going to fetch those tugs today. We are fetching the first one, which we are fetching, I think, the first tug, the one that's in the lower orbit first, and I didn't want to spend all that much fuel actually getting to these, so that's why I warped around like a madman, just waiting for these two to line up. But so our plan, obviously, is we're going to, rendezvous and dock with these, and then we're going to take them back to Columbia Station, where they're going to use their RCS once they're there to dock back to the station. Now, these tugs are not ideal. These are the tugs that, these are the upper stage for the Chesapeake launch vehicle that launched the 2 fuel tankers, which will be going out, the currently empty fuel tankers, which will be going out to Minmus to start the station over there. And they have mainsails on them. Which, if I probably would have just gone ahead and deorbited them. However, they have those senior to normal docking port adapters, and that's what I'm really after. If these things didn't have those adapters, I probably would have just gone ahead and deorbited them. But I want those adapters back because I don't want to launch more. See last episode if you can bear it for the reasons why. But it's a fairly simple procedure. I just come in and, dock with the other tug. And, as you can see, the differences, I guess, you could call that the tug that we're flying right now, the Block 1, and that's the Block 2, I assume. The Block 2 is, of course, for lifting heavier payloads, and it also has an adapter on top of it, because all the upper stage of my workhorse rocket, the Chesapeake, I make all my upper stages tugs so I can do stuff like this, which is pretty nice. So there we go, we docked, and then we're warping around a bit more to get an encounter with Columbia Station, and these things are going to go back and dock to Columbia Station. I'm probably going to end up deorbiting just the tug parts, because I don't really think I need them, but they still have monopropellant. We might be able to use them. But I don't really see any payloads right now in my manifest that we will use them for. But they're going to remain docked to the station for now. So, of course, we're flying in close to Columbia Station with these 2 tugs. And I'm just going to leave the Block 1 tug just kind of floating up near Columbia Station because it has enough fuel to go and fetch the other one. So I just go ahead and I take the Block 2 tug from before, and I go ahead and I fly it back towards Columbia Station. I dock it to the left side of the station for the docking ports over there. So yeah, I start to fly in. Pretty nice, and then I get kind of confused at which docking port I need to aim for exactly, because I have just a normal docking port on there. So I decide to aim for the farthest right docking port on that tug, on that truss segment. And of course, it's just a standard docking. You just come in, and not particularly interesting. You've seen this a million times before, and you'll probably see it a million times again. I really need to start editing these more, for all the more interesting bits. But that is all docked, and then I retract those antennas because they were kind of clipping into the tug. But it has returned to Columbia Station, and I go through the process of deactivating it so it can be used for some other mission in the future, or it might be deorbited. I don't know just yet. I'm still debating that. So, we have enough fuel. We have a bunch of Delta V that we can use to go and get that other tug. This is the one that deployed Relay 2, which is in a orbit between the Mun and Minmus. And this one's a bit further out, and I did have a bit of trouble trying to get the proper... trying to get an encounter with this, because I had to fiddle around with the maneuver nodes and, you know, going in on multiple orbits, and it was just kind of a mess. But I do eventually get an encounter. It's not a very good encounter, but I do eventually get it. So it's just a matter of time warping all that stuff towards the maneuver node burn. This is going to be another well-traveled tug once this is over. So we're making good use of the assets that we have. You know, it's all about using those assets in the most efficient manner, and, you know, finding a use for them. And if they don't need it, if they don't have a use, well, go ahead and discard them, which is probably why I'm going to discard those mainsail tugs. Because I really don't have a mission for them right now. But actually, now that I think about it, I'm probably going to deorbit one and keep another, because I'm thinking it would be nice if I had 2 tugs on the station, so one could fetch the other if it gets stranded into an orbit like this. But I don't think we're going to be using these for going out that far. And if we do, it's going to be sending a payload to another station where it can refuel. And even then, I don't know, because, you know, nuclear tug, which is going to be, or Nerva tug, which is going to be coming very, very soon. Probably in the next, not next episode, but certainly the one after that, or that might be a live stream, I don't know. It'll probably be a live stream. I think 3 videos to 1 live stream is a good ratio. So, we're flying into this other tug. It's identical to the last one. So, just standard stuff here. You've seen it a million times over. Just flying into this craft. I've gotten really good at docking and rendezvous, probably because I do it so much. Every time I load up the game to actually go do something, a good chance that there'll be docking and rendezvousing involved. Which, if you want to get good at something, just do it 1,000 times, and, you know, you'll become really good at it. So, yeah, just trying to use those translation controls to get aligned. And this was fairly successful. This was another successful docking. We got both of these tugs back, but we'll see how we got this other tug back before. And of course, this is in a higher orbit than the last one, but we have the fuel. And for some reason, so I try and get an encounter with Columbia Station. I did end up getting one. We're gonna have to burn off a lot of velocity, but that's fine. We have the fuel. And also, for some reason, Kerbal Space Program kind of glitched out a little bit, because it now shows that I only have 80 Delta V, even though I know that's a lie, because I use a lot more than 80 Delta V. Getting this thing back to the station. And of course, we're gonna have a bunch of fuel left over, and we also have a bunch of fuel left over in the station, so if we need to take a tug somewhere, we can do that easily. So yeah, just 100 meters per second we have to slow down relative to the station, just standard pointing it at the station. Pretty nice. And yeah, we're gonna do the same exact thing where we're gonna stop this close to the station, then we're gonna we're gonna end up redocking both tugs. But Columbia Station, even though it's only had 1 main operational mission so far, well, I guess 2, or 3. I don't know. I guess I count both of the relays as 1 mission, and this is another. It's getting fairly busy. It's only gonna get busier in the future as more stuff is sent out across the Kerbal Mun Minmus system. So yeah, I obviously just go in, and this is another tug with another adapter, so we're gonna dock it directly opposite to the other tug, I think. And as I said, I don't know whether or not I'm gonna deorbit these. My next mission that I'm going to launch is gonna be one out to Minmus, and I'm thinking that I don't actually really need to send stuff up to Columbia Station. I can just do that directly. Because I'm just launching like 4 payloads at once, and they're all going to the same destination, and then once they get out there, they'll they'll do their own thing. And then we're going to have a tug around Minmus. I don't know what we're going to do with that. I guess once the station's up there, once we start assembling the station, we can dock it, and that will be the tug over there. And of course, we're going to have a lander up there and refueling and refinery, because that's the main reason why we want to build a station around Minmus, so we can refine all of its sweet, sweet ore. But, so, both of our tugs, our Chesapeake Block 2 tugs have been recovered, and now it's just a matter of docking the, I guess, the Block 1 tug, this last one, to the station. Not really big of a deal. I've done this a billion times before, as I've said, and you've probably seen it a billion times before. Heck, you've probably done something like this before in the game. Because having these tugs are really useful, so you don't have to keep launching rockets. And, I go ahead and I dock the thing. So now we have 3 tugs, and at least 2 of those are going to remain attached to the station at the same time. So I just go through the process of disabling them. But that's going to be it for this relatively short episode of Shortline Space Program. I still wanted to get another video out, hopefully a lot more quality than the last. But, so thank you all for watching. If you're on YouTube and BitChute, please like, subscribe, and comment. I do stream YouTube on YouTube and Twitch, including this save game. And join the Discord server for if you want to talk to me for whatever reason or complain about how my videos suck. And so my name's been Shortline614. I'll see y'all in the next one. Goodbye.